guys, welcome once again on our CSS crash course for absolute beginners. In this tutorials, I'm going to show you a lot. It's going to be interesting. But before we proceed, I would like you to subscribe my channel. Just down there, like the channel as well. If you find it interesting, just share to your friends so they can keep in touch in programming and also learn. Comment if possible so that give us your worries, give us your challenge. We'll attend to you anytime, any moment. So before we get started, I would like to give you a basic presentation. We'll be proceeding in order to complete what we did on our HTML crash course. So if you don't have any basic idea on HTML, I would recommend you to go back there. You go and try to understand what it's all about. You can also copy the source code. I gave a link there. You can put on your PC and you can follow us stepwise so we can proceed together. And if not, try to have a basic understanding on HTML because you can get the CSS course. So in this tutorial, we're going to be talking a lot. It's going to be interesting. All I recommend you to just be patient. Give your time. Focus. I was wonder at some engineers and people, some programmers, they go online, want to study programming. All they can do is to look for videos of 20 minutes. That's kind of bullshit. I don't want to sound hard. I'm just trying to say it's quite not good for developers anyway. So please just stay patient. Just give your time and focus. We shall learn a lot. I believe so. Trust me. So now we'll be looking on the basic understanding. You have to know that it's a crash course for absolute beginners. And we'll be looking here in this tutorial. I will show you what CSS is all about, what it can do and what it doesn't. I'm going to show you also the basic selectors of CSS. I'm also going to show you the various colors, the RGB colors, the hexadecimal colors, and RGBA, which stands for opacity. You're going to learn a lot here. And in this video, everything mentioned here, you're going to find them in our code and how we do them semantically. Show you also the syntax. So if you not do, let's proceed. Now we'll be looking at what CSS. You can actually ask you that, okay, I want to learn from developer and what CSS on enter development, the basic understanding of things you need to know. CSS simply stands for cascading style sheet. And you know, CSS, it provide what? It provide the formatting, some features of HTML like the responsiveness. As you can see there, you have the responsiveness, the design, the simplicity, and also the display. CSS work alongside with HTML in order to design user interfaces, what you can see, how you can navigate, all the stuff, and most often, CSS as well style the formatting of all HTML document, and for it to be responsive, for it to be designed, for it to look good. So those are basic things you find and basic important and advantages of styling your markup with HTML. So let's proceed and look about the CSS syntax. So before we get there, we are going to look about the CSS selectors. Now the selectors should be taught about maybe, and before we get to selectors, need to understand the selectors, the definition and what it's about. You know, selectors are simply like a pattern, right? The pattern used to select the elements you want to style. Maybe you want to style your paragraph, or maybe you want to style or whatever, you know, depending on you. You can say you need to first identify their value and the property. And before you define that, you respect what? The sign or the selectors. Is it an ID? Is it a class? Or, you know? So as you see on the board here, we'll have some basic selectors. Select all element with the class text and select all element with ID. That's for the ID. And you see the sign and also the paragraph. Select all paragraph element. White star sign. Select all element in your document. And also much more the text paragraph. Select all paragraph element inside the class text. So that's how basic it is. So for instance, we're going to look at how the syntax of CSS, and in there we're going to explain too much more about and the use of these selectors and where you should use them and where not to, because there's some people who just use IDs and class anyway, which is not recommended anyway. So I'm going to teach you that. So now we look at the CSS syntax. And when you look at CSS syntax, what comes into your mind? You need to know much things about your mind. It's simply the methodology in which you need to put into place to get CSS code display. That's basic, the syntax. So now, before you want to do that, you need to understand in on the board here, we see you have the color and the blue. The color there is the property, and the blue there is the value. Now, if you want to maybe want to justify your content, or maybe want to center your paragraph, all you need to do with CSS to design that, all you need to do is to first identify the property before knowing what value you're giving to that property. Do you want to put it fixed? Do you want it to be centered, or that the person knew anyway? So Those are the basic terminology or the basic syntax of CSS, and all of them come with a declaration, the start declaration and the end declaration with global name or the global known as declaration block. So those are how the methodology of it is all about. CSS will get your codes display. So now we'll be looking at many others in these tutorials, and after we do the code, you're gonna much worse many things we'll be doing here. We're gonna look about the RGB colors, the RGBA colors, which stand for opacity, and the hexadecimal colors in particular. So if you don't mind, I believe that let's get started so that we can start our code. Let's get started. Alright guys, so let's go, let's move forward. So now these are the things we spoke last time on our HTML crash course. So we'll be going ahead, taking it to CSS in order to design and style it so it should look good. So far what we did on our HTML crash course, we spoke about some various tags, the links, the title, also about giving a link here, and also about the paragraphs. We also spoke about the type of list, the ordered and unordered list. We also created our image here and try to give it a name and much more. We also created our form, which will be styling on CSS that should look good. And here we also created our table. So far we'll be taking out the CSS in order to style it and design it so it should look presentable. Get ready. So now what we are going to do here is now we need to create the external CSS file. Since we'll put an additional file that's a CSS file in order to give a link and an index on HTML to style it now. So we need to have an external file with it. We need to create file name here, the style.css. So this is an external CSS file. Okay. So now look how far it's working. So you can say imagine. And then you save that. Now we need to go on our HTML file and we link the external CSS file there, which have been here. You see now is link style street.css that been linked here. Give people a link. You need to save that now, and you go back your browser, you refresh that, you've put the margin none and the padding of 0 pixel and 0%, so nothing at all is to be seen there. So show that is working. So now let's go now and start styling our block. After creating our CSS, we need to get rid of this one now here. So first starting now, we need to go in our body, and our body need to have a header, so at least we can give our navigation menu, like give out some various things or various tabs you need to know about our website, and also define our website with a logo so it should be somehow presentable. I don't know your case, what I want to do, but I believe that has to be done. So what I need to do here now is I'm in my body and create a header. I give a header here. In my header now, I have a div here. Now defining the class name. In the class name, and just give container. And in this container, best we get, I can give an image tag here. I can put my image here. So here I can put img. So images content. So that's it. So then I can put content. So moreover, in that image now, the same header, you can come from the div here. The class name should be nav menu. Okay. In this div now, in this class now, we need to have about the navigation menu, like all stuff, So now you need to be under UL on other list, since it's mostly done for navigation. So what I do now, I do here, and I give my list here. Okay, and I give my different of tag, and I'm gonna put in a link there for now. So what I'm gonna do here, we give it home. So without here, So I don't know, it depends on you on where you want to be your website, but I believe that in most often website you need to have a navigation menu and some content. So I'm going to take it in perspective. You can also do whatever you want to do. I believe you guys are creative enough. You can also change and put it in your own content or point of view, you think you sit here. So here in about us here, give the team like our team, and you can give here contact. So very good. So now all you need to do, good. So you now have a navigation menu, and we need to get out to CSS and start it. But before we do that, let's save that. After saving that, now you go to your browser. Now refresh that. Okay, you see, oh, the image is quite big. So it's big. So what we need to do now for the images? Okay, what we're gonna do is we need to grab here, and you get this container as a class name. We now take it to CSS, and also take this image here, and also we take this nav menu in order to style it. So let's go and do that. Go now to CSS now. Just need to give it give a width of 0%, give a height of 0%, font family, and good. Save that, and now Gmail, and image is quite big, so we need to take this image here, this image tag here, copy that, image tag here, width of 60%, height of 50 pixels worth, and save that. Now for this, our navigation menu, that is at the top right side, so we need to set it now the right, so that it should. So what we need to do is get the class name here, copy that, say class name. So when you do, you have to do in float. You need to first float that, float to the right, and so let's go and save that in your browser. Okay, now you see it's been adjusted. You see now that, okay, the image here, the logo here is alone, and it has been resized here properly, and you now find out our navigation menu float to the right. So now what we need to do is make it being horizontal. Right, I'm gonna make it horizontal here. So what we need to do now is go to a text editor, navigation menu now, we take now, okay, save it, display inline block, and put on a padding of 10 pixels. Save. Okay, after do that, so take a navigation menu again, navigation menu, list here, then you navigation, put it to none. None, they open out the color to, sorry, okay, save that. We go to a browser, we knew that, okay, you see that it have been shown here. Now we put the text color to white, so we can see it here, but you see that everything maintained. So what we're going to do now, we need to go back now and restyle our container and give a background color of our container, so that the image, the text here have been given in white, we can be seen. So what we're going to do, we go back now to text editor, and here text editor, now we go to container, a container here, the background color, let's give this, save that. You go back now to browser. Okay, you see we now have our navigation menu here. So very good. So now what we need to do is now we need to style now the link and the paragraph. So let's go back to our text editor. Before that, now let's give a padding on container, so you could have some padding between the text and the logo. So you can give a padding here, give a padding of 10 pixels. 10 pixels, save that. Now we need go now to HTML. Now we need to style this. Now we're going to style this place, but before we get there, since we have the navigation menu, I think we're not going to use this one for now. We're gonna get rid of this for now, delete that for now. That's pretty good. So we need to come here in this div. We need to click class name so that you could style it very simple. So now what we do is give a class name here. Let's give a class name. Let's give text. Let's give text one. Yeah, let's give text one, and okay. So save that. So we're going to copy this class name now here, copy that here, go to CSS, do here, okay. After copying that on CSS, now first you need a font size, right? Font size, let's get a font size, let's do the large, so let's get a font family, get a font family sans serif. Let's align item center, align the center, let's put at the center. Then also let's now give it, let's save that. Okay, now grab that here again. I've taken out that of, so here we're taking out the text and the font, and we're taking out with the list. So what's the name of our list here? We're giving here, go up to HTML. This here we have here the list one, and we have h3. So taking out h3, so here. So now what do you do h3 now? You need to go align item center to center, text transform the text, align center, text transform uppercase. So we need to save that browser, refresh that. Have been styled, now look good, right? So now let's go ahead and put it on center and try to move the line and do it our own way. So let's get there. Let's go now to our text editor. Okay, now before we get there, we need to make sure that we center the h3 to center, so it looks presentable. So now here we're going to put the text. Now text align center. Save that. Now we grab this text 3 again here. Text one h3. Okay, so do that. So again, now what I'm going to do is go with text decoration to none, text decoration none, and put now a border about it. To put a border, let's put border bottom, sky blue, solid, 3 pixels, sky blue 3 pixels, solid. So very good, and you save that. You refresh here. Okay, now very good. See now we have put our, I put it to center here, and we have actually put a borderline, bottom here below, like a line. So it's pretty good. Now the paragraph. So on paragraph, now go to CSS here. On CSS now we get the text one dot p. Now we need to target with the paragraph. So now here and paragraph, now make sure we put it in text align. Let's put it text align center, text transform. Let's put it text transform none, and also put a border of 10 pixels red solid, of 10 pixels red solid, and as well as let's make it border radius too. The border radius of 20 pixels. Save that, and now we'll go to the background color. Let's put it to the background color here, and put a padding between it. Put a padding. Let's put a padding of 50 pixels. Save that. Now refresh it here. Okay, you now see what we've done, so we now put a padding of 20 pixel here, and we put a padding of 50 pixel within the text, and we put a border size of 20 pixel, and it looks pretty good. So let's go back to our text editor and try to modify now our form. Now let's get rid of these things we already use at the navigation menu and our image. So let's get rid of that. So now I want to go about styling our form. So even the inline styling we did at our HTML crash course, we can get use of it. So you're gonna get rid of that too. Save that, and here give it a section. Let's give it form a section. So a section tag. Okay. Okay, you need to grab all this field set here. All you need to grab it here. Field set, copy that. Put in our section. Very good. So now in this section, you're gonna give it a class name. Let's give it div. Give it div class name. I give contact us. I give class must contact us and its class name. So you can as well close that here. Field set section. You close that div here. Please make sure you don't forget to close the div. That's what I'm using. So pretty good. So save that. Go now to CSS. Since a class name. Okay. Good. So now after saving that, firstly what we're gonna do is we give a width. Give a width of 600 pixel. I don't know for your case, but my own case here, it depends on you. Maybe what you are doing, or maybe I'm not giving 600 pixels. That should be bold, clear, and you can find and you can see the code as well. So I'll give it a speed of 60 pixels, and I'll give here background color. Background sky blue. The background color of sky blue, and give a border. I'll give a border. The border radius. Border radius of 30 pixels. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a from search dot form group. Now I need to give a width of 100%. Save that group. At one formula now we're gonna take an input dot input one. Now you now try to start with an input, so I'm gonna close. So I'm gonna put a width of 100%. Put a margin bottom, the margin bottom of 12 pixels. Put a padding of 15 pixels, 40 pixels. And also we do the box sizing. Put the box sizing to border box. Good. Save that. So now come back to HTML here. There's some things you will not be using anyway. I don't know in your case, maybe you want to get all these screenshots as your input stuff, but now we're gonna take just three for now. Just gonna take the first name, the last name, the email, and the message. So I will get rid of all this for now. I'm gonna delete that. Save that now. You come out refresh it now here. Okay, you refresh it now here. Okay, see what you've done so far. Okay, we've put now user and everything is working. So now we need to resize our field set and do everything. So we go back now there. Font group I need to put at 900%. And my width now I need to put my width on 10%, and as well as normally it need to be input. So I'm gonna go out this group now and take input and start an input as well. So after my border wedges and my border sizing, I need to put again my input, my background color. I put them B background color. I put my background color. I put E F1. After that, now I put my outline. So it should be so put outline. I put it none. Outline to none, as well as my border radius majority to 30 pixel. So we save that now. Now we reload here. Okay, it has been resized, so very good. So it shows it's working. We're gradually going to success. So now let's go and try to adjust this name and the field set. So what we need to do now is, since the parity, the field set is above the so the best thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna get this class here. You copy that and give it the class of the field set, so it should be unique and should be inside. So I'm gonna get rid of this for now, and don't forget to move this one here. Save that, and also go to CSS. You put now the width of 800 pixels. Save that. Yeah. Now to start our button, all I need to do is now put in a div. So what I'm going to do is give a div.btn here. I'm going to give it a btn and make sure let this our class button here be inside a div. Copy that. It should be inside a div here, and I'm also going to give you a class here of. You also have a class of btn here, and so pretty good. So we'll now start by starting this class here, starting our button here. Copy that to CSS. Okay, CSS now need to put this in. So in our body now, all we need to do in our body is give the background a background color of blue. I give a background color of blue, giving a color of white. I give it a color of white, and let's also give it padding within it. Get padding of 15 pixels. Pretty good. And also a border radius, I think so. Give a border radius of 20 pixels, and again the width. So now after starting now is a button here. After starting here a button. So now let's start now and just make it be center. And also remember that E10 is in 100% width. So what I'm going to do here is put this here. Put it align. Put it text align. Text align at the center. You put a background color. Color none. And also put the width. Adjust it out width that it will be 800 pixels. Save that and now refresh on your browser here. Okay, it's very good. It are giving it is quite long here, so we need to adjust that. So what I need to do now is go back to our Visual Studio Code. Yeah, so all we need to do now is go back here and okay, it's gotta give a unique here. Place here, save that now. You adjust our button already. Alright, so very good. Okay, it looks good. Yeah, it looks good. Now you click here to start it. So we're gonna go ahead and move all this name, first name, email here, and inside make use of the enter and put everything in between. So and also here find out this step X measures its steps here. So we need to adjust that. So let's go back to the text editor. So on our text editor, what you need to do is go to HTML here. You go first and move the first name, clean this up. Yeah, I need to clean all this. Yeah, I need to clean all of them. Clean up the stuff. Even the message itself. Remove that. And I just label that, carry the from group. So now we're going to say something here. Enter first name, enter second, enter last name, enter email, enter username. So good to go. So you're gonna style a message, and a message, you're gonna give a class name here, a message. Or let's say there's a message. Okay, it's a message. Save that. Okay, a message here, copy that. Go to CSS message. So now message, now we're going to give the height of 120 pixel. Give height of 125 pixel. 125 pixel, and also give it a border. Okay, let's give it a border radius. Let's give it a border radius of 15 pixel. Save that. Also give a margin bottom. Let's give a margin bottom of 3 pixel. And also give a pattern of 15 pixel, as well as give the resize. Now we're resizing the box, so we resize this now, we put it to none. Okay, put it to none. Save that, refresh that now. Okay, refresh that. We have resized it now. Pretty good. Yeah, pretty good. Nice to go. So it look unique. So now let's go ahead and try to adjust now the placeholder. Go back now to text editor. So on text editor, I'm gonna take and infine the text. So the placeholder now, you put a text transform, put uppercase, put uppercase, and as well as inline content, flex n. Let's just put the flex n and save that. Refresh that here. Alright, very good. So we have now resized our placeholder, the first name, the second name. Yeah, good. Style of form. Now, pretty good. Now let's go ahead and see how we can style this user info and also put a color in between. Okay, so what you're going to do now is we want to style now this legend here with the user info. So what I'm going to do, we're going to give a class name, as you said. Give a class name. Let's give a class name. Let's give a class name set. Give a class name set. Save that. So we're going to CSS. With CSS now, we target the set. Okay, we target the set now. Go to the text. With the text align, put it to center. Put a text transform. Text transform. Put it uppercase. Put a border red 10 pixel. That's 10 pixels solid. Then also put now the width. Let's put the width to 40%. Let's put the width 40% here. 40%. And also put the background color. Let's put the background color to let's say hash children. Sorry, let's say hash children. Then also put let's say the border. Let's put the border radius now. Put the color of the text. So the color should be, let that color be white. Let's take it to white, and now put the background, the border radius. Now put border radius. Let's put the border radius to 10 pixel. Save that now. Push your browser here. Okay, pretty good. We have started now we have put it to the border radius of 10 pixels. We have put it to the border of 10 pixels solid, and we have put the information, that's the text align, into uppercase and the background color of this. Now it's look very nice and pretty good. So you can go ahead and style it on the way you want to do. You just frame the format and you can put it on, you can mix the color the way you want, or depending where you want to be your site. So that's pretty good. So when I get style with form, you can give your name, you can give your last name, enter your name, email, and username. Enter your username. You can just put same here, and I put hello and start HTML, right? It's here now. Let's go to process.php that we spoke at in there. Spoke it earlier in the HTML/HTML code. So pretty good. Now we go ahead style our table. Now let's go back to our text editor. Okay, now let's start our table. Our table, remember the HTML courses that we spoke about everything about table. We try to do some inline styling here, but in this case here, we're not be doing that anyway. So we're gonna move all the inline styling we did on our HTML course. I will have given class names and I'll tag the CSS style the way you want. Very good. So now I'm gonna move this inline styling here for now. I don't need that. So I can make my class name. Give a table class name. I'm going to give a class name. Let me say container table. Let me say content table. Good. So save that. So copy this class name here of the table. Copy that. Now take to CSS. CSS now. All you need to do is firstly in default you need to put the border to collapse, right? Put the border collapse with it. Border collapse should collapse, and we also give the margin here. Give the margin. Give the margin to 25 pixels, and also let's give the font. Let's give the font size to 0.9 pixel, as well as we also give the mean width. Let's give the mean width of 400 pixels. Very good. Save that. So we need to go now and get now to the after that we have the table head and the table row. So now we're gonna do is we've grabbed already the entire table here. It's quite long, so now we need to get our table header to 658 from different. So now I'm gonna do is I'm gonna carry here content table, and content table. Now I'm gonna take the head, table head and table row. So I'm gonna take that one now, table head and table row. Good. And here now make sure I'm gonna background color because the color is quite good. So after background color, now you need to give itself again a color of the text color. Let me see the color should be. Let me go to color that one, and also so save that now and refresh your browser. So table, oh, it's come this way, so it's so small. So let's go and adjust that. Now adjust that, we need to just go and we put inside pixel, rather we're gonna put am. So let's put em, save that, refresh that again. Okay, very good. So now I have to find our table. So now our table has its default Gavin name, and I've imported the class, the college, and the department. Let's go ahead and move the inline style we did other one. So now to index.html, and let's go and let's move the inline styling we did here. So I'm gonna grab and move that. We don't need that again anymore. We're gonna style everything here with CSS. So go back to CSS now, and what I need to do back to CSS. Now if you're done with the header, so now we will take now this content. I'm gonna take now the content table. So in content table now we need to grab now the T head, and we're gonna grab the T head. So take there. So take the content to the content table, and also we'll take the T body TD in. From here now you need to go the padding between them. Let's put a padding of 12 pixel, 15, 12 pixel, 15 pixel. So save that. Go ahead. Sorry, content again. Take that again. Content table. So content table now you take the T body and the T row. Now take the T body. You take the T body and as well the row. So that here I'm going to put a border within them. border bottom, a line, right? Line color them, so you put a border bottom of 1 pixel. Let's put 1 pixel. Let's just put them h3. Let's put h3 solid. Yeah, put that to solid and pretty good. So save that, refresh that here. Now see pretty good. We have now defined our table. It's now unique, and you see the name, class, the college, and the department. Now good, so you can now add a weight. You can add a weight, but especially this way, you can do what you want to do. When you want to start it back, you can do anything you want to do. Want to be your website, that depends on you. You can like center everything in a meter, that depends on you. So let's proceed and go ahead and try to put a line in between here. Make something unique here. The line even didn't come through everything. So if we're gonna make a mistake here, this was supposed to be pixel. The right line just come through. So we put in pixel. Now what we'll be doing is going to style now the table and try to make some significant unification of any row what you did. So we're gonna do here and have some. So it now depends on you. Do you want to style your table? Do you want your table to look? Do you want to put your colors or whatever? So this case we're gonna be doing directly. So make a content table. So my content table now I'm going to take a T body. I put some right T body. Now I'm going to take the T row. Ending of type, and I'm going to put. So here I'm going to open that. So now I'm going to put the background color. So depending on here, I'm going to put my here. So I'm going to put that one. Save that. You can go ahead and put that for the bottom as well. So what I'm going to do is content table. Body. I'm gonna do that way. I'm going gradually so I can recap with everything. So zero. So we got a last of type here. So what I'm gonna do is put that here and put a border bottom. Okay, put a border bottom of, let me say, 2 pixels. Put 2 pixels solid. 2 pixels solid. And put h3. White input 3. Very good. Save that. And we shop our browser now. Very good, very good. We've defined that, and now our table looks good. So we have now name, our hero, and everything here. Everything is good, unique, and look good, right? So let's go ahead and try to add some specifications and make it good, more cool, and make the borders here, and try to make it. The border was just there. So let's go. Here now we try. Let's go back to our contact table so we can try to make some modifications and try to make it look good, and so we're gonna to content table, and content table we need to add a border radius. Let's add a border radius. Yeah, add a border radius of 5 pixels. 5 pixels, 5 pixels, 5 pixels, 5 pixels, 0. Yeah, very good. And also go the overflow and make it overflow hidden. Yeah, and also of course make it a box, and make it a box shadow. Let's put it box shadow. Let's put it to 20 pixel, 0, 0, 20 pixel. Yeah, those are 20 pixel RGB. RGBA will stand for opacity. Save that. Refresh our browser now. Okay, now see pretty good. See now we've now make it unique and look nice. Now come to see your table. See the table now look pretty good. See good, and you look at better here, all them nice and as well. Yeah, pretty good.